Hey everybody, I'm John Van Duzer, CPA and partner with James Moore and Company, and I'm here with Daniel Rocanti, and we're your Biden tax update team. So welcome to another edition of our video where we're covering the ongoing progress of the upcoming proposed tax legislation. Right now, the Build Back Better Act is the legislation. It is currently in the Senate. So Daniel, why don't you give us a quick update on what's going on in the Senate?
Okay, so last week we talked about they were trying to avoid a government shutdown, so all their attention was on that on a temporary funding bill. So they were able to pass that to avoid the shutdown. This gets them through February, which then they will have to pass a larger funding bill, which could be pretty interesting in times to come next year. So now that that's been passed, their attention goes back to the Build Back Better bill. If you remember, the Democrats need all 50 senators to vote for this for the reconciliation process. So tensions going back to Joe Manchin here. As Senator Manchin is still not committal on whether he's going to vote for this legislation. The bill currently is about $2 trillion, which is higher than he would like this bill to be. But recently, his concerns actually switched from the size of the bill to more inflation. And he actually has a quote that says, "The unknown we're facing today is much greater than the need the people believe in this aspirational bill that we're looking at. And we got to make sure we get this right. We just can't continue to flood the market as we've done." So his concerns with how high inflation has come and worry that this bill would actually make it worse. The Democrats, though, are trying to make a deadline basically around Christmas, which isn't unprecedented because if we remember, the Tax Cut and Jobs Act actually passed on December 20th. So there is a lot of optimism that they can do this bill as well. But there is media outlets out there reporting that Manchin is really cracking down on this bill and he might not let it pass before the holidays and might wait till next year. Now, John, I know there's also a lot of other people that have their own opinions on this bill, especially Wall Street. What do Wall Street thinking
Yeah, so
about
it's really
this?
interesting. I found an article and it basically said, okay, Wall Street apparently believes that the Build Back Better Act is going to pass because if you start looking at stocks and their performance over the past few weeks, they've noticed that certain infrastructure type companies that would benefit from the passage are starting to outperform the market. So it seems like Wall Street's kind of banking on or betting on that it's going to pass. Another interesting figure that kind of came out in the public forum is Elon Musk, and he said he was against the bill. And basically, his quote was, "Government should get out of the way and stop impeding progress." So it's kind of interesting. His focus is on the federal deficit, but it's somewhat ironic given that the infrastructure has some provisions around, electronic vehicles, charging stations, and that sort of thing. So it's kind of interesting to see where everybody kind of lies in that whole area. So that's all the time we have today. It's a really short, quick program. We're continuing to monitor the progress, and as soon as something significant comes out of Congress, we'll be here to break it all down. Thanks, guys.